We have Thanksgiving week right around the corner. Man, we are so excited, and understand Thanksgiving for you, for all of us, it's going to cost us a little bit more this year. They came out with a study and they said it's going to cost like 23%, I believe, more money this year. It's up 14% from last year is what Thanksgiving dinner is going to cost for about 10 people. They're saying $53.31. Turkeys alone, up 24% more. Waymo, right? Waymo and UPS just went into business together. Going to start running another vehicle in that I-45 corridor between Dallas and Houston. So now you have Waymo doing that with UPS. Drivers in them as they prepare to work on their driverless vehicles between the two places, autonomous vehicles, joining Aurora, who's already doing that with FedEx. So it's pretty kind of, a lot of competition going on in that area, especially that Dallas-Houston corridor. And I'm going to look here because there were some other folks in there as well that I really wasn't sure. Embark and Kodiak also running revenue loads within Texas itself. So a lot of technology companies involved in Texas, that San Antonio, that Austin, that new area there, expected as well to be a freight alley is what they call it. Hey, drive safe, Dave. As we talk a little bit about the certification, the licensing, these new group of drivers that possibly may go into this industry, we also talk about, and we know this, is that you've got to have to be safe first. And that's the part there that, again, it does scare me to think that these folks can get out there on the highway, drive today with scary. Really no experience. And they can do that.
It is scary.
100%
scary.
They can do it. Literally, a license is all you need, and you're good to go.
Yes.
If you have a truck trailer, a little bit of funding, you have insurance, hey, you're in business. And you're out there driving with the rest of us. So it is something that's going to have to get addressed as we start getting more and more people in this industry. We have to watch out for those shortcuts because these highways have to stay safe. One of the things that we must do is make sure that safety is the number one thing that we focus on. And it's not just, for the right reason, right, to protect life. That's the most important thing. But for those of you that are new to this industry, for those of you that have been in this industry, one thing we also know is that when a fatality happens, when something bad happens, the lawyers are quick to jump in, and all of a sudden you're seeing major lawsuits happening, much like, and I'm going to say this, what we saw down there at Astro World. By asking for $2 billion, and hear me out here, because here's where it sounds a lot like trucking. The plaintiffs intend to send the message to all performers, event organizers, and promoters that what happened at Astroworld can't happen again. That is exactly what you hear in the trucking world. Yep. The exact same thing when we see these billion-dollar lawsuits getting settled out in Florida. It's done for that one reason, to show the trucking companies that you can't do that. And here we go. We see it for the entertainers. Hey, get ready. You will lose this. Drive safe, Dave. What about the flavored vodkas? Now, we want to remind you out there, if you're driving for a living, if you're driving anyway, don't drink and drive, even if it's an Arby's flavored vodka. You have the crinkle cut fries and the regular fries, flavored vodka, sold out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. It seemed a little odd. I mean, you know what? No, officer, I haven't been drinking. That's fries you smell on my breath.
That's crinkle cut. Hey, you know what? Have you tried it? I mean, I think I would have to probably try it to say it's not any good, but it's kind of a weird flavor.
Hey, drive safe, Dave. Also, down in Texas, we're going to talk a little bit about this. We had another $1.5 million seizure in a fake compartment within that trailer down there in like Falforus area, a vehicle going south.
Yeah, but this time it wasn't drugs. It was just straight cash.
Straight cash and handguns on that. So here it is on Highway 281. The vehicle gets stopped for a violation on the road. And I'm just going to say right now, if you're smuggling cash northbound or southbound, Okay, now here it is. Listen to
Do a
me.
pre-trip.
For those out there that are laundering right now, you're going to get a little helpful advice from Sir Rick. If you're laundering money, if you're taking money across the border, don't break a rule. Make sure you do a pre-trip. You know, if ever there's a time to do a pre or post-trip, it's if you're doing something wrong. Make sure your headlights are working. Make sure that your brakes are working. Make sure you have tread. Make sure your dash is clean. You want to do all you can to not get pulled over. And here it is. The gentleman out of Dallas, Texas gets pulled over. He gets booked immediately for money laundering. In the United States, they're going to do the CVSA is going to do a human trafficking awareness.
Oh, awesome.
So human trafficking awareness from January the 11th through the 13th in the United States, February 22nd through the 24th in Canada. And what this is really to educate the public. And not just the public, but the drivers, the motor carriers, the law enforcement officers on signs and what to look for in this human trafficking. Fingers up, you tuck the thumb, you do that. If you see that out there, that is the cry for help to somebody that we see up there, just like this.
And I'll tell you what's really interesting, and as you mentioned it, I will say that out there, hey, every driver that's out there, as you're out there on the road, we have an opportunity when we're out there looking. It is not uncommon for you to make eye contact with other people out there on the road doing what they do and driving next to you. A lot of the times we'll get the kids doing this. So it does allow for an opportunity for you to see this message being sent. And if you see this message, call 911, right, Rick? If you see somebody gives you this signal right here, they give you this signal right here, make sure you call 911 and let them know what's going on. Don't intervene, don't interfere, but make sure you get the message out and make sure you keep your eyes open